we're going to start off with our hook. I'm going to use a really large one today. This is a 6.5 millimeter, and I really recommend it for beginners because it leaves the loops a lot larger, which makes it a lot easier to see the holes when you go back on your second row. And I'm going to use a medium worsted weight yarn in orange, which is a good one for being able to see the differences. When you're choosing a color at the beginning, I recommend something very like in the middle of the colors, so nothing too light or too dark, and definitely using something that has a lot of variation is not helpful. I know because I tried this when I first started, and it didn't work very well with the multicolored yarn. So for the start, we're going to do a slip knot. So we're just going to take this and we're going to twist it. You're going to stick your fingers in there. You're going to grab your yarn and you're going to pull through, and that's it. So I'll show that again. Just hold your yarn, take your finger, twist it, pull through like that. So then you're going to take your hook. You're going to put this in your loop, and you want to tighten it so that it's just tight enough so that it won't fall off, but you want to be able to move it up and down your hook very easily, because otherwise you're going to get it way too tight. So we're going to start with a chain stitch. Now, one thing that you'll notice is probably many people that you may have seen if you've watched other videos is they don't hold their hand like this. They generally hold their hand like this, and either way is completely acceptable. For me, it's just more comfortable to hold it like this because I feel like I have more control over what's going on down by the hook when I'm holding with these fingers. But it is perfectly acceptable to do it either way. So you can hold it like this, or a number of other ways. So also you can hold it underneath these two fingers, and some people even wrap it around their pinky. I simply hold it like this so that I can pinch it if I need more tension, or just kind of let it loose to flow. So we're going to do our chain stitch. Well, yeah. So we're going to do one. So basically you're just taking your hook and you're going to twist it like this so that it comes over top, and you're just going to pull gently through. And you don't want to pull too much on this because you're going to get your loops way too tight. And especially at the beginning, this is a big problem. Often your loops will end up very tight. So practicing doing this chain stitch is important to get the right tension. So we're going to do it again, around and through. Chain our yarn around and pull through. Around, pull through. And you can see that it's leaving nice big holes. And that's what you want when you're starting, because it makes it so much easier to find the places where you need to be. If you're finding that even this is not giving quite a big enough hole for you to see, you can go up a few more sizes in your hook, and that will help with that at the beginning. So we're going to do 10. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then if you want 10 stitches and you're doing a single crochet, you're going to do one more chain because that will go up when you go to your round 2. So this is 11. So for our single crochet, as you can see, there's all these holes here. Now, the hole that it's coming from, this is what's on your hook. This first place, you do not want to go back in because it will simply slip out. So you always want to go into your second one. So here's the first one, and here's the second one, and you want to go underneath that loop. So we're going to take our hook, and we're going to go underneath, not this first spot here, but the second one. And you're going to put through, and you're going to loop your yarn around your hook, and you're going to pull through just that first loop. You have 2 loops on your hook, and you're going to wrap around one more time, and you're going to pull through 2. So that is your first single crochet. And you'll see that it leaves this big hole here, and you never want to go back into that unless you're supposed to do 2 stitches in 1 stitch. But this is where your first stitch is coming from. So you want to go into your next one, which is this next hole here. So not into this big gaping one, because that's the one you just came from, but into this next one. You're going to put your hook through, you're going to wrap your yarn around, pull through once. You have 2 loops on your hook. You're going to wrap around again and pull through again. So then it's going to leave these big V's. So you're going to have 2 pieces of yarn on top, and that's what it should look like. So we're going to do some more. So into your next one, not this big gaping hole, because that's where you're coming from, but the next one here. You're going to put through, grab your yarn, pull, you have 2 loops, around, and pull through. So I'm going to show you again, and I'm going to show you with holding my hand the way that most people do, just in case it's confusing. So you're going to go into your next one, which is this next hole here. Put through, around, pull through, you have 2, around, and pull through 2. So we're just going to keep going that, like that along, and I will show you here. So through, pull, you have 2, wrap around, pull through 2. Put through your next hole, wrap around, pull through 1, pull through 2. Put through your next hole, wrap around, pull through 1, wrap around, pull through 2. And you just want to keep doing that until you get to the end. So you're going to put through your next one, pull through, wrap, pull through 2. So we'll just keep doing that until we get to the end. And the last one can be a little bit tricky, because you kind of have this knot at the end, which can be a little bit confusing. But there is one more hole here, so you want to just stick it underneath this top loop here. So you're just going to put it in through there, wrap around, pull through your hole. You have 2 loops, wrap around, and pull through 2. So that's what your first row should look like. And you've got all these cute little V's on the top. So then for your next round, you're going to want to chain 1. So you're going to just wrap around, and you're going to pull through your loop. Then you're going to turn your work. So now you have it in the opposite direction. Now you're going this way, which is basically, it's the same way that you were going before, but just the work has been turned, so you're working on the opposite side. So for the second one, it's a little bit trickier because you have these loops, these 2 loops on top, these little V's, and you must get both loops, you must go through both, or underneath both, and you're going to see, when you do, that you can tell that they're both on there. So when you're going through, you'll see these big holes, and they're even bigger right now because we are using a larger hook. So you're going to want to go straight through there and make sure you get both of those loops. So we're going to go in through here, and we have both on top, We're going to wrap around, pull through, wrap around, pull through 2. And then we're going to go through the next one. And this first row can be kind of tricky when you're starting. So there's another hole here, another one there, another one there. But just make sure that you are getting underneath both of these. So we're going to go through, we're going to wrap around, pull through, wrap around, pull through 2. So we're going to do that again with the next one. So there you go. You can just pull them up if you're having a hard time finding it. Then you're going to pull hook through, wrap around, pull through, wrap around, pull through 2. And so that's what it's starting to look like. You'll have these V's on top again. And you should always have those V's on top. So we'll just keep going. Through, wrap around, pull through, wrap around, pull through 2. Wrap around, oops, pull it through, wrap around, pull through, wrap around, pull through 2. Pull through, wrap around, pull through, wrap around, pull through 2. Oops. So this last part here can be very tricky, and it's honestly the same way with all the crochet stitches. The end is generally the most difficult. So you can see that it's very hard to see where this last loop is, but you do have one more. This end is sticking out, you still got another one. So if you look on top though, you can see there's one more V here, and you just want to get underneath both of them. So you can kind of pull up from the top if you're having a hard time, and just stick your hook underneath one if you can't get through both at a time. So then 1, and then 2, and you're through. So then you're going to wrap around, pull through, wrap around, pull through 2. And that is your second row. So that's what it looks like. And if you want to finish off, you will just simply wrap your yarn around your hook, pull through. This end you'll have to cut, and you'll just simply pull it through and tighten it off. And that's it. It will be done. So that is how you do your single crochet.